Wayzata will get the dunk at the buzzer. For the 8th time in school history, a Maple Girls softball team is going to state.
Welcome to Sports Jam. I'm Jay Wilcox.
And I'm John Jacobson. This week on the program, highlights from section wrestling and boys hockey, plus state girls hockey and more.
And we'll meet Hopkins basketball star Paige Bueckers in our Sports Jam Spotlight.
Let's begin with state gymnastics. Cheney New of Champlin Park won the state Class AA all-around championship the last 3 years, but an off-season injury caused New to miss all of her junior year. That left the door wide open for a lot of gymnasts to compete for that title, including a few from our area. Highlights from the AA individual finals. Maple Grove's Nadia Abid starts her night with a great routine on beam. She wins the event with a score of 9.675. On floor, Wayzata's Grace Trainer earns a 9.725 score. She takes second. On bars, Park Center's Annika Lee continues her great season. She hits for a 9.55, takes second place. Hopkins Siboney Reglos has a solid night and hits for a 9.5 score on bars. To the vault, Maple Grove's Sasha Thompson sticks her landing, earning a 9.5. Also on vault, Champlin Park's Chishina Bioku Alase hits for a 9.55. Back to floor, where Lee scores a 9.675, breaking the Park Center school record and taking third place in the event and second in the all-around. Abbott takes fourth place on floor and caps her high school career, placing third in the all-around.
It's kind of sad for me because I love high school gymnastics and I love my team and coaches. So I'm just glad how it went tonight, because last year I got third on beam, the year before I got second, and this year I finally took the title. So it's really exciting for me.
Definitely a challenge, but I've been practicing a lot, just staying focused and just keeping it calm and nice and easy.
Because of a scheduling conflict at the University of Minnesota, the state gymnastics meet was back at Roy Wilkins Auditorium for the first time in 12 years. Wayzata was the only local school to qualify for the team portion of the Class AA meet. Trojans started on vault. This is Sasha Arney. Her second vault earns her a score of 9.10, good for second on the team. Grace Trainer pulls in the team's high mark in the event with this vault of 9.4. Wayzata scores a 36.025 overall on vault. Uneven bars, and Wayzata freshman Kiara Reitz, and she lands with a score of 8.925, placing second for the team. And again, it's Grace Trainer with the best score for Wayzata in this event. Trainer with a 9.575 in the bars. She later also had the team's best score in the floor exercise. On the balance beam, it's Izzy Trainer in her last high school meet, recording an 8.925, second to Sasha Arney on the team. So Wayzata scores nearly 144 on the night. Here's a look at the final team standings in Class AA. Lakeville North wins its third state championship in the past 4 years. The Panthers score 149.975, a full 2 points ahead of runner-up Sartell St. Stephen. Northfield is third with Eastridge fourth. Wayzata places seventh.
Wrestling takes center stage this week in St. Paul. Spots in the individual portion of the tournament were up for grabs in Section 5-3A, where most of our local teams compete. Finals action here at 1:13. Wayzata's Cal Lonnquist gets the takedown on his way to a 2-1 win over Parker Jansen of St. Michael Albertville. In white, Alvin Vu of Park Center gets taken down by STMA's Jed Wester. Vu loses 4-0 at 120 pounds, but becomes Park Center's first state entrant in several years. To 126, Kyler Wong of Wayzata gets near fall points here on his way to a 5-0 victory over Isaiah Milsna of STMA. In the 132-pound final, Adam Cherney of Wayzata breaks open a close match late with this near fall, and he beats STMA's Travis Smith 8-2. At 138, a great matchup. Wayzata's top-ranked Cale Swenson gets the trip on the way to an 8-3 win over 5th-ranked Cole Becker of STMA. At 152, Adam Eldemir of Wayzata locks the cradle on and he pins Osseo's Caden Williams in the championship match. Both guys are headed to state. At 170, Osseo's Jacob Meisner gets a late takedown to preserve a 7-4 decision over Hayden Lamons of St. Michael Albertville. At 195, Matt Kukowski of Wayzata picks the ankle and then gets a physical takedown on Owen Vike of St. Michael Albertville. Kukowski wins 4-2. At 220, Walter West of Cooper beats defending section champ Jagger Shack of Osseo, pinning him in the third period. Both guys are headed on to state. And despite giving up about 75 pounds, James Ohm of Armstrong upsets Jack Carver of Wayzata in the heavyweight final, getting the reversal here and winning 4-2. Here's what 4 local winners had to say.
We worked really hard for this. I'm just proud of how many guys we got going right now. I think we've sent like 8 so far. We got 2 more in the true second, looking to send 10.
That was so exciting. I don't know, like I was just super nervous and I was looking forward to that whole match. Like even like last night, I was just like so nervous for it. So I'm glad it's done. But Hayden Lamons is such a good kid. So it's we fought hard against each other. So yeah, I'm pretty excited.
I was still not feeling too comfortable just because he was ginormous. And but then I got that class meeting call and I realized I can hang with him, and then I just kept wrestling my match, and next thing I know, I don't even know how I got 2 more points, but then I was up.
I don't know, it's just something I'd worked really hard for, and it's kind of cool to just see it all come together. Extra practices, and there's a lot of people believe in me. It was a lot of fun.
Hopkins had 3 section champions in Section 6 3A. Totino Grace qualified 8 wrestlers out of Section 5 in 2A. Now to girls hockey, where the Breck girls took aim at a 3rd consecutive state Class A championship. Ms. Hockey winner Olivia Mobley and the Mustangs meeting Cloquet Esco Carleton for the title. The point shot is stopped at number 7. Ava Lindsay bangs the second rebound try in. Breck gets on the board 7.5 minutes into the game. Nice passing here. Hannah Halverson to Ava Lindsay to Sadie Lindsay in close for the goal, and the Mustangs grab a 2-0 lead. More quick passing, and Sadie Lindsay chips it in for her second goal of the game. That comes with 40 seconds left, and Breck leads 3-0 after 1 period. In the second, defenseman Josie Lang gets to the loose puck and scores from the circle as Breck takes a 4-0 lead into the second intermission. In the third, Mobley scores on a partial breakaway as Breck adds 2 insurance goals, and they breeze to another title, winning the Class A championship. Final score is 6-0.
Maple Grove girls pulled out a hard-fought 3-2 win over Hill Murray in the Class AA quarterfinals. That put them into the semifinals against top seed Edina. Maple Grove gets a couple of good opportunities in a power play in the first period, but they can't get anything past Hornets goalie Uma Cornier. A near miss off the pipe for Edina. It's followed by a great save by Brooke Casibo. Both goalies are sharp, and it stays 0-0. But Edina gets a 2-on-1 shorthanded rush, and Tella Jungles converts. That's with 10 seconds left in the period. Edina has a 1-0 lead. Ahead to the third period, Maple Grove's Jenna Tim with a point-blank chance there. Cornier, another big stop. Great passing for the Hornets. Tella Jungles to Hannah Chorsky to Vivian Jungles for the nice move and goal. Edina wins 3-0. They lost to Andover in the final, while Maple Grove lost to Minnetonka in the third place game. A good showing for Maple Grove. That game 1-0 Edina until late.
Yeah, Maple Grove definitely had some chances. I don't think they were badly outplayed or anything like that. It was definitely a good showing for them. And Breck showed their dominance, winning that Class A title. A lot of people asking, might they move up to Class 2A? We're taking a quick timeout, and when we come back, Section Boys Swimming and Section Boys Hockey. Plus, a look ahead to the girls' basketball playoffs. Welcome back to Sports Jam.
State boys swimming and diving is this week. Section meets took place over the weekend. Section 5AA meet features several local teams, and we'll start with the 200-yard medley relay. Wayzata's team of Casey Stowe, Nick Kale, Ilya Johnson, and anchor Tony Kai win a time of 1 minute 33.35 seconds. In the 200 freestyle, Wayzata goes 1-2. The Trojans' Matt Gendro in lane 2 wins in 1 minute 44.98 seconds. Ian Tarasuzuki finishes a close second. Both will swim at state. Gendro later won the 500 free. 200-yard individual medley. Casey Stoll of Wayzata sets a new Section 5 AA record. Will Wynn of Wayzata is second. Stoll later won the 100 backstroke, breaking section and pool records. To diving, where 3 of the top 4 finishers were from Wayzata, including section champion Ethan Wheeler. He racked up 400.9 points for his 11 dives. Back to swimming and the 100 butterfly, and it's Ilya Johnson coming home first in a time of 52 seconds flat. He was later on the Trojans' 400 free relay team that won. Close finish in the 100 freestyle. Kieran Ripken of Spring Lake Park wins. Mark Kronig of Champlain Park in the white cap finishes second and qualifies for state. Kai of Wayzata takes third, then Hunky of Cooper in fourth place. Here are the team totals. Wayzata wins with 646 points. Spring Lake Park is second and Champlain Park third. Armstrong fourth. Cooper, Osseo, and Park Center place 6th through 8th. And also Maple Grove and the combined Breck Blake teams won their respective sections. Kelby Modine of Maple Grove broke pool and section records in both the 200 IM and the 100 breaststroke races, and that state meet gets underway Thursday.
Yeah, congratulations to them and best of luck at state. Now to the boys hockey playoffs, where a few local teams are still alive coming into this week. That includes Maple Grove. They faced off with Centennial in the Section 5 AA semifinals. Opening minutes of the game, and the Cougars' Connor Thompson drops a pass back to A.J. Carls, who shoots and scores. Centennial leads 1-0 less than 4 minutes in. The Crimson tie it up here, though. Sam Jacobs, a nice pass to Chris Kernan, and his shot goes off the goalie and in. It's 1-1, and the start of a big night for number 27. To the final minute of the first period, Maple Grove's Ian Barber passes back to Kernan. His shot squeezes through the goalie's pads, and Tyler Oakland taps it in. The Crimson lead 2-1 after 1. Same score in the third. The Cougars turn the puck over in their own zone. Kernan snaps a shot off from the circle, and it's 3-1 Crimson. And Maple Grove tacks on one more as Jacob sets up Kernan for his third of the night. Maple Grove eliminates Centennial 4-1, advancing to the section final. In the other 5 AA semifinal, Totino Grace battles number 1 seed Blaine hard, but the Bengals come out on top with a 1-0 win. It's Maple Grove and Blaine for the Section 5 AA title Thursday at 7 at Aldrich Ice Arena. In Section 6 AA, Benilde St. Margaret's defeated Cretin-Derham Hall, while Blake beat Edina in the other semifinal. The Red Knights and Bears face off for the 6 AA championship Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Mariucci.
Armstrong Cooper is now in Class A in boys hockey, and they took the ice last Friday in the Section 2 quarterfinals. The Wings facing Mound West Talk on their opening playoff game. After the Whitehawks scored first, the Falcons tie it. Then Anderson's shot from the circle stopped, but Noah Wiesjohn backhands it in for a goal. 1-1 on that power play goal. The Wings, they'll give it right back. Literally a turnover right in front of their net. Mitch Krebsbach scores for Mound. They take a 2-1 lead into the first intermission. But Armstrong Cooper turns the game around in the second period. Joe Campion's shot beats the Whitehawks goalie, and it's 2-2 on Campion's 6th goal of the year. Just 32 seconds later, the Wings strike again. Anderson circles the Mound net and finds Wiesjohn alone in the circle. He'll snap it home, his second goal of the night. AC in the lead for good at 3-2. And they get one more before the end of the period. Joe Campion's shot tipped in by his cousin Jack Campion. It's Armstrong Cooper up 4-2 after 2 periods. Each team scores once in the third as the Wings win 5-3. They face top seed Orono in the section semifinals Monday evening. Also in Section 2A, Breck needed 3 third-period goals to pull away from Minneapolis in their quarterfinal round game. Nick Mikan and Caden Morgan scored 2 goals apiece for the Mustangs, faced Delano in the other semifinal. The Section 2A final is set for Thursday night at the St. Louis Park Rec Center.
It's the final week of the regular season in boys basketball. It's been a good season for Armstrong, and the Falcons look to beat a section rival last week. Armstrong playing host to Wayzata in a battle for Plymouth bragging rights. Jake Breitbach comes out firing for Armstrong. His second 3 to start the game makes it 6-3 Falcons early. Wayzata goes on a run. Carter Bjerke pops a 3 from the top of the key to give the Trojans a 10-6 lead. Armstrong closes the first half well. Ben-Hur Solomon hits a 3 on his way to a 15-point night. Armstrong leads 30-22 at halftime. Wayzata comes out with more intensity in the second half. Drew Berkland drives and kicks it out to Ryan Harvey for a corner three. He scores 17 off the bench. Bierke's three from the right side briefly gives the Trojans the lead at 35-34. He nets 13 in the game. Armstrong doesn't panic though. Hezekiah Iyawe spots Solomon open in the corner for three, and the Falcons retake the lead 40-37. Then it's Solomon's turn to set up Iyawe as he pops a three from the top of the key. Armstrong breaks a shooting slump with 12 made threes. And Adam Bewin drives and scores on the up and under move as Armstrong holds off Wayzata for a 66-61 win. The Falcons, though, did lose at Elk River on Friday. The regular season wrapped up over the weekend in girls basketball. The Cooper girls hope to move into a tie for second in the Metro West Conference in their final game against Chanhassen. Former Park Center assistant Arthur Crutch, now the head coach for Chanhassen. Drea Tribble drives it straight to the hoop for Cooper to tie the game at 13, part of a big first half for her. The Hawks' pressure defense forces a turnover and it leads to a layup for Tribble. She scores 14 in the first half, and the Hawks are up 28-25 at halftime. Chanhassen, though, comes out firing in the second half. Julia Gronholtz hits one of her 5 three-pointers in the game. The Storm go in front 36-32. They get a steal and it leads to a layup for Callan Hake. She nets 23 in the game. Chanhassen leads at 42-33. Mimi Wheeler is unstoppable down the stretch for Cooper. She hits the turnaround jumper plus a foul here. She scores 19 in the second half and 26 for the game. Cooper gets as close as 2 late, but Chanhassen holds on for the win. Cooper finishes the regular season 18-8.
The Cooper girls are back in Class 4A for the playoffs. The Hawks compete in the loaded section tournament of 6-4A. Unbeaten and top-ranked Hopkins, the top seed there in the section, followed by Wayzata. Then it's St. Louis Park, Minneapolis South, and Cooper. Armstrong is the 7th seed. Here's the schedule for the quarterfinals. They're Wednesday, Hopkins hosting Washburn. Cooper is at South, St. Louis Park hosts Southwest, and Armstrong plays at Wayzata. Semifinals are Saturday at Hopkins. In Section 5-4A, Park Center is the top seed. Centennial is second, followed by Roseville, Spring Lake Park, and Champlin Park. Osseo is the 7th seed. The quarterfinals are Wednesday. Park Center hosts 8th seed Irondale. Champlin Park is at Spring Lake Park. Mounds View is at Roseville, and Osseo visits Centennial. The semifinals are Saturday afternoon at Anoka. In Section 8-4A, defending section winner Maple Grove was the 2nd seed behind St. Michael Albertville. Elk River, Moorhead, and Rogers are in the 3, 4, 5 slots. Quarterfinal games are Thursday in this section. Maple Grove is at home to face Brainerd. Rogers travels to Moorhead, and Buffalo is at Elk River. STMA has a bye into Saturday's semifinals at St. Cloud Tech High School. Also, the Providence Academy girls are the top seed in Section 5-2A. Heritage Christian Academy is the 2nd seed behind Mayor Lutheran in Section 4A.
John, should be some great section tournaments there. Not all of them have clear-cut favorites, I don't think.
A lot of really good teams and could be really competitive games, I think, coming up. Speaking of girls basketball, next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, we catch up with perhaps Minnesota's best ever player, Hopkins senior Paige Bueckers. In the eyes of many people, Hopkins' Paige Bueckers is the best high school girls basketball player to ever play in this state. The senior has been on the court for over 130 Royals wins in 5 seasons. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we sit down with the 18-year-old prep phenom to look back on her years at Hopkins and peer ahead to a bright future.
Every game night, the top-ranked Hopkins girls basketball team is getting their opponent's best shot. McKenzie gets the rebound and scores. She's got 20. Royal senior guard Paige Bueckers is right in the middle of it all and loving it.
Everybody besides our fans wants to see us lose, and I really like that. I like having the target on my back, and it makes for a fun game and a fun atmosphere, and I just like proving people wrong.
Paige is in her 5th season of varsity basketball and is Hopkins' all-time leading scorer. And here scores and won. The likely finish just shy of 3,000 career points. She's averaging over 21 points a game, but more important to her is that her assist totals for this season are close to 10 per game.
In past years, I've scored a lot more, but this year I really focus on getting my teammates involved and making my teammates better. That's what I take pride in most in my game, is making my teammates and those surrounding me better. And if I were to be selfish and take 30 shots a game, I think it would just be bad for our team. So it's just about playing together and leading and getting our team chemistry right, and that's been a big goal for me this season.
Oh, what a pass! She couldn't finish. Second try is good.
I had to get used to, like, she would be up in the middle of her shot or looking like she was about to shoot a lay, but she just dump it down. And it's like, I couldn't get it, but like now, like, I'm so used to it. I'm surprised sometimes if she's shooting the ball and it actually like shoots it. I get surprised. I'm like, oh, I thought you were gonna pass it, but like, yeah, I've gotten used to it. I can catch her assist now.
Maybe you heard us say this. There's Plan A, and if that goes bad, we have Plan P. Let's get her the ball and get out of the way.
It's that kind of once-in-a-lifetime talent that led Bueckers to become the top prep recruit in the country last year, eventually signing with National Power UConn.
It's been my dream school. It's kind of surreal that I'm actually going to be able to put the UConn jersey on and play in front of the crowds and play under Coach Gino and play with just an amazing team and under a legacy that's done so much already. I'm really excited.
In my time, I've never seen Gino Ariama come into Minnesota and recruit a player. And he's been here probably 20 times over the course of her career.
Beyond Hopkins, Bueckers has already excelled on a larger stage for various USA basketball teams over the past few years, and she is Olympian on her list of future goals. But of all the accolades that have come Paige's way, it was her landing on the March cover of Slam magazine, the publication for basketball fans everywhere that caught the 18-year-old off guard.
I mean, they told me they wanted me to be on the cover, and I was like, not me, like not Paige Bueckers. Like I was just like, whoa, because like I've grown up reading Slam, flipping through the pages, and looking at all the covers. There's so many superstars on it, and then they asked me, and I'm like, what? Yeah, I was really like, wow. I was really mind blown about it, but I've received so much attention and so much publicity, and I'm just so grateful for it all, and it's really just amazing.
Bueckers has a big following on social media, and this season especially takes time out to talk with fans after the game, especially kids.
It's really fun because I was there as a little kid. I was looking up to players like that. Just being a role model and being somebody that kids can look up to, it means a whole lot to me because that's all I want to play for. I want to inspire people.
We kind of have to assign a coach to get her back to the locker room, otherwise she gets swamped by little kids who want that autograph or that video or the picture or something.
Despite all the media and fan attention surrounding Paige, her teammates don't seem to mind, standing in her enormous shadow.
I'm proud of her, honestly, because she deserves everything. And she's super humble about it, too. Like, it never gets in her head where she's like, oh, I can't talk to you, I'm too big time. Like, no. She's, like, a great person. So, like, to see her get all this attention, like, she totally deserves it.
Paige says it's surreal that her 5-year prep career is almost over. Royals earned a state championship in 2019, and she knows what one more title would mean to her.
It's how I want to go out with another state championship, hopefully undefeated. I mean, tomorrow we can't lose after that or we're done. So it's definitely a big goal of mine to win that state championship and go off on a high note.
Paige and her Hopkins teammates are the top-seeded team in the upcoming Section 6 4A tournament, and they host Minneapolis Washburn in the quarterfinals on Wednesday night. Sports Jam returns in a moment. Remember to vote for our CCX Sports Play of the Week. Each Monday, 4 new plays go up on our website, and you get to vote on the winners. Go to ccxmedia.org, click on Sports, and then to the Play of the Week's tab. It's brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove. And here's last week's winner. Wayzata goalie Micah Bergeron's great save against Blake in the 6AA girls semifinals garnered better than 700 votes to win. Congratulations to Micah, and thanks to all of you who voted. And that will do it for this week's show. Thanks so much for watching.
It's another busy week ahead as section and state play heat up. We'll see you next time here on Sports Jam.